So we've talked about this idea of the apocalypse of joy. We've talked about the unveiling, but I think one thing I'd like to hit on real quickly is the text of James.
Yes.
And I can't help but feeling, and I think you have your text handier than I do. I laid them over there. Is that James is a little bit of an outlier.
Yeah. James starts with "Be patient."
Yeah.
Therefore, until the coming of the Lord, the farmer waits for the precious crop from the earth, being patient until it receives the early and late rains. You also must be patient.
So I think that part of it is that, the other texts are like, oh, look, it's happened. The flowers are blooming in the desert. The good news has been delivered to the people.
Already happening.
It's here, it's here, it's here. And then James is like, be patient. And that seems a little bit like an outlier.
It's not. It doesn't seem like it fits with the rest of the text today.
Yeah. Although even as I say that, I'm sort of thinking one can imagine Jesus saying that to John, right? Because John is sitting there in jail, and he's like, "Wait a minute,
Come on,
are you the one? I thought you were the one. I could have sworn the heavens opened up, and are you the one?" And Jesus says, "Be patient."
It's already happening, but it's not done.
It's not done. And I think this is where, in some ways, James is the thread that ties this all together.
Okay.
What we've been talking about with this already and not yet.
Yeah.
Because James is the one. So James is speaking to a community, and I think we talked about this before. That these are people, they've heard the good news.
Yeah.
They know Jesus has come, Jesus has died, Jesus has been resurrected, and they're waiting for the return. And James, this is where the be patient part, because they're waiting in the in between.
Yeah.
Right. So in some sense,
as are we.
So in some sense, we are the people who James is writing to, and what James is really naming, and I think having had that realization at this moment that was kind of what Jesus said. Saying to John, that for those of us that are like impatient, I'm tired of the bad guys winning.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing people suffer.
I'm tired of the slow motion apocalypse.
Yes, I'm tired of the injustice. I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm ready for things to change.
Jesus, I thought you were the one.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a sense in which James says, yeah, it's happened. Be patient.
It's happened. It's happening. You gotta wait.
And this is that already and not yet that we've talked about. So and part of the hard part about being patient is that we've seen what's coming.
Yeah, and this is what the same thing we talk about with kids and Christmas, right?
Yeah.
They know what's coming. They have all these hopes and joys and expectations, and they know it's there.
You're rattling the box.
And you still gotta wait.
It's a book.
I did your kid and pick up the boxes and try and figure out what's in them.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, and this is a story which we might cut. My aunt, and that's why we might cut it. My aunt grew long fingernails so that she could undo the tape on presents at Christmas time. And she would, when people were out of the house, open up not just her presents, everybody's presents. So she knew not just what she was getting, but she knew what everyone was getting at Christmas.
Was she the type of person that would go to the last page of the book about halfway through the story?
I don't know that one. But there's this idea, right? She knows what's coming, and she knows more than everybody else does because she went and peeked at everybody's packages. She knows what's coming. Is she still excited for Christmas? And if she is,
Well,
if she isn't, why would she keep doing it every year?
Because I can speak from perhaps experience. Because the strain of not knowing.
Oh.
And so for me, the excitement of what's coming, I just can't stand figuring out what's waiting for what's happening. So and that's my impatience. And I will say, I am the worst gift giver in the world, because I will buy a present that's like, your present came. And Dorothy's like, okay. And I'm like, no, but your present came. And you're gonna love it. It's the best.
You want her to be excited too.
And Dorothy's just like, okay, well, can't wait for Christmas. I'm like, well, if you wanted to open it now, you could. Because I can't stand waiting.
So this is the impatience of James, right?
This is the impatience that James is speaking to.
Right,
I'm
of
the
James's
impatience
community.
Yeah.
Which is that I know it's coming, I can see it.
It's like, Jesus is here. Can I show you Jesus? Because yes, I'm just like, how I am like.
We have seen the vision. It's been unveiled for us. We know this is what's coming.
How long, oh Lord, do you want me to have to put up with this? And it's not just. And part of this is, patience waiting for the apocalypse is a little bit less different than the endurance. I can do endurance really well. You know, it's like I'm walking in the wind and it's cold and it's like, yeah, I got to do it. I can just bundle up and off you go. You got to endurance. You know, I got to sit on a plane for 19 hours. I can do it. You know,
You can't speed that up.
I can't speed that up. You just go and you settle yourself in and you just tell yourself, I'm going to be uncomfortable and I'm just going to get through it. And then when it's done, it'll be done, right? So I can do endurance. I'm very good at endurance. I went to graduate school. I got a PhD, right? Endurance is like, I'm in it for the long haul, right?
Sure.
Patience, that's different. Patience is like waiting for joy,
Yeah.
right? And so that's the part. So I'm sort of sympathetic to, this awesome thing has come. If this new world is so awesome, why are you making us wait? I mean, that's the part that's like,
Well, we can go back to that image of the pregnancy, right?
yes.
It takes as long as it takes, and there's nothing you can do to speed it up. You know, there's the story about the mythical man month where, you know, if you have programmers and you put 3 programmers on a program that would take one guy 3 months, it'll take 1 month. You can't put 9 women onto a pregnancy and get a baby in a month.
Yeah.
And so patience in this one is because that's how long it takes. And I don't know all the things behind it. I don't know the things that are going to make this new world show up.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of it. I just know it's on its way and it will take as long as it takes.
Yeah.
But boy, that impatience, it does get in there. Like, well, I don't want to live in a world where might makes right. Can we change that early?
I just imagine how awesome. I just the bloom and die Busta. I'm looking forward to seeing the flowers bloom in the desert.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what do we do with this lack of patience and this call towards patience out of James then?
Whatever. I don't know. I mean, I think, but see, yeah. I think that the pregnancy metaphor is probably a good one, but I think, you know, and this is perhaps more of a Wheatland thing, right? That I think that the farming.
Yeah.
You know, you can't put 10 ranchers together and make the calf grow faster, right? You know, I mean, you can have a guess
Sure.
when the cow's coming, right? Because you know, I know when we inseminated when we let the bull loose.
Yep.
You know, I know when the cows got inseminated, and so I can do my math, and so this is about the time, and so I can sort of know that, but. Then there's other stuff that comes up. Well, there's the temperatures. There's there's just the
Food,
the
there's everything
randomness.
else.
There's all this sort of stuff. So no one knows the day and the hour of that first calf.
Well,
Right.
and that's what the people who do raise cows do. When it's calving season,
Yep.
you never see them because they are always out in the field keeping watch.
Yeah.
And so that's that patience is not passive, well, it'll happen when it happens. They're out there waiting,
there in the field.
watching, making sure that they are ready because it's going to happen.
Right.
And it's definitely going to happen, but they don't know when it is, so they've got to be ready there.
Putting a bedding pool, first cow, what time, what day, male or female. I've never won.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because I'm usually like, pick this day.
You have none of that knowledge. That is,
Yeah, but yeah. So there is that sort of sense, but you know, the cows are pregnant now.
Yep.
Right. Some of them are, some of them are more far along, depending on when when you decide you want to have your calves, you plan back. But the cows are pregnant now, and I think this is a good metaphor for the incarnation, right? And you doesn't matter how impatient you are. That baby's coming when that baby comes.
You go poke and prod, and you can do anything you want.
Poke and prod, you can do everything. That cow will have a calf when she is ready, when that calf is ready, and all you can do is be ready and be patient. And so I think, that's probably a little bit better metaphor for me than Christmas morning or giving gifts because
it's so easy. You know the guy in charge of that, and he's a pushover.
So I do think that the farming, and there are farming metaphors in there. You know, the farmer waits for the precious crop from the earth, being patient until it receives the early and the late rains. Right.
Yeah.
So.
Which again, he has no control over.
No control over.
The rain comes when it comes.
Yeah, but and this is why I think I actually like the ranching metaphor a little bit more than the farming metaphor in this, because farmers fuss, right? But I'm sort of thinking about, you don't see the ranchers because they're out there because you don't know. The only thing you know is it will be so cold and so windy and you're gonna have to go out in a cold in the wind because,
Because that's when the cows apparently.
apparently.
Yeah.
So I think that active tending of waiting for that calf to be born, I like it as a metaphor better because, it's a little more violent, the birthing, than
Sure.
just the little green shoot coming up. And maybe that's my apocalyptic imagery stuff, right? The active tending.
You find yourself once again agreeing with John. You want that thing to break through. And John is being told it's much more like that thing that's growing.
Whatever.
I'm never going to get you to agree to this one, am I?
I think. I guess I'm not. I keep wanting to find a place to come in there and just resolve the tension. I mean, honestly, what I do when I'm excited about something like that is I sit there and I go like this, and then I realize there's nothing I can do about it, and so I go do something else, and then I forget about it, right? Which is exactly what the text tells me not to do.
Don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted, right? The text is almost the opposite of a watched pot never boils.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, ooh, I can't stand the stress, so I'm gonna go
The
somewhere else.
anticipation's too much. I got to go do
And
something
it
else.
literally is that my anticipation is too great. I cannot handle, I'm just gonna read the last page, I'll be fine. So
I'm going to open everyone's presents so that I know.
but I think, thinking about finding out ahead of time, kills the joy. I'm not sure where it is in there, but I think there's a lesson about why it's important to be watchful and patient. And maybe that's something we can cover next week, because I think next week, I think our focus is on incarnation,
Yes.
because that is we're there.
Yes.
And I think that's where the patience, not just what the patience looks like, but living like it's already in the not yet. And that's what the incarnation and embodiment we'll talk about next week, which is Love Sunday.
Yep. Fourth Sunday coming quick.
Yep.